Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're looking tonight at GameStop yet again, and today GameStop is up by 3%. This is really quite impressive given the 5-day trend. Now up a total of 4% after a month which has been really quite bullish, up by 13, almost 14% in the last 30 days. The question after all this growth is what comes next? What are we looking at with this stock going forwards? And over the course of this video, I'll be giving you all of my personal viewpoints and predictions for the future. If it sounds like a good watch, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe, it would help me out a lot. However, I'd like you to remember, this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. You can also feel free to click the link in the description if you'd like to learn more. So yeah, coming straight into this one, let's come over here to the charts. And as you will know, GameStop has really been rocketing for the past few days. You can see this really in context. We were really struggling in this range between 22.30 and all the way up to, 23.20. But then we saw this breakout, we saw this major push with a little bit of a sell-off coming in. I don't think that was necessarily as concerning as many people initially thought. And again, now we've seen the stock just push higher and higher. Most notably, we are breaking through key difficult levels that we have seen in the past, seriously breaking above 24.70 and now breaking of course above 25.30. With the stock now approaching these levels that we are seeing in the $26 range, the question begs, where do we go from here? Well, I think we're at a very interesting potential turning point for the stock. It does appear to be the case, again after today's growth, that we may be beginning to find somewhat of a consolidation here, which is absolutely fantastic. If we can see this hold up at the current levels, I think that we could be on for potential highs from here. So, we'll start off by looking at levels to the downside for potential, right? Support levels. Ideal support here would be at $26, maybe $26.10, around where we currently are. That would be a very significant mark and it would put us in a very strong standpoint. It would mean that the stock wouldn't drop too much. It would be a very key level to watch out for. Below that you could be of course looking to touch back on levels such as 25.75. maybe as low as 25.60. I think that is also a possibility. Now, I must also highlight, I don't think either of these situations would be bad. And I always try and give you guys both ends of the spectrum, right? I give you the bull case, I give you my potential bear case, just to highlight, either way, this is what could potentially happen. And I think that is a potential level that we could be looking to the downside. As I say, ideally hold it on to $26, but we will see. We've seen previous levels of strength on this stock around the 25.70, 25.80 mark in the past, as you'll see way back here. In terms of upside potential, I think there is a lot, but we'll need to break through levels such as 26.40 first. Now again, going back for that former reference, we've seen difficulty at this point a few times in the past, for example like here, right? If we can hold on to these key levels and build some consolidation around here, or maybe a little bit lower, let's say 26, as I say, maybe the high 25s, I think that's a very good point and a very good platform to see this stock push even higher. As you can see, we see RSI levels which are now definitely coming into the overbought range. So even if we are to see this one cool off slightly, as long as we do remain in a relatively comfortable range, I think things aren't looking bad. Now, higher levels that we could be looking to push to after that, well, you could be looking very much to 26.81 or 26.80, where we have seen the stock have a little bit of difficulty in the past here. Higher levels past that, and I think more realistically, are like 27.25, as we have seen this be a very strong level of resistance in the past. A lot of difficulty around it here and also here too. So if we can see the stock break into the 27s, even the 28s, I think that's when things really start to get very interesting. And again, you touch up to $28 and you can see we're now in a very interesting and different level. Ultimately though, I think today by itself is quite the win. If we see a small drop tomorrow, a small rise, consolidation is key. I think that's the thing that I want to see the absolute most. So it's going to be very interesting to see what actually does come into play. I'll be keeping my eyes on this stock for sure. I'd like to hear what you guys are doing with it in the comments too. I'd also like to share some further information with you just before we do depart. If you guys are ready to get serious about trading for less than the price of a coffee every day, I've got to tell you about the new Patreon page that I have just launched. That's right guys, I have a new Patreon. I'm going to be sharing everything on here, from my personal stocks that I am watching to pre-market updates, as well as a Discord group which I have started. It's going to allow you to access similar-minded, like-minded people who are also interested in sharing their knowledge about the markets. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff over here guys. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming in the next couple of weeks. But do bear in mind, for most of the tiers, spots are limited. The Market Scout, where you'll gain access to the Discord, prices will change after 150 members. At the moment, guys, I'm limited for time, so the Trader's Edge course and above, we're limiting the courses even lower, right? There's a limited amount of people who can join. At the same time, depending on the level of mentorship that you want, we have prices going all the way up from 1450 to the highest tiers over here that you can see. Again, if you're looking to take your journey to that next level, on these middle tiers, this is personally the one that I would recommend, even though it's not the most expensive. It costs less than a coffee every single day, and the amount of information that you'll get here, in my personal opinion, is absolutely worth the value. At the very least, guys, you can become a member for free. The link is down in the description, the comment section, and the bio. Just give it a look and see what you think. And of course, feel free to sign up if you're looking to take your journey even further. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video.